This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot. Going down right now.
As always, we bring you some of the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today we have the homie, Marsalis.
Yo, what's good, man?
I'm good.
What's the
good.
word, shit?
Man, how you been?
Man, I've been chilling, man. You know, I got a whole family at home, so 9 times out of 10, I'm with my youngest and my beautiful wife, man.
So, I mean, like, how is it having a family and, you know, the creative process? How do you find balance between the two?
Truth be told, man, like, I'm a very plain person, as y'all probably know. You know, I used to go by the name Plain Ro. So, like, if anything, I feel like I draw more inspiration from being able to be with my family all the time and, you know, bounce ideas off of my wife and stuff. My wife is very creative. She underwrites herself a lot, but you know, I think my family has definitely helped me, I think, reach a new level in my creative process that I wasn't at, I want to say, when I was still single and, you know, before me and my wife got together. So I actually enjoy it a lot. You know, my daughter, she's 11, her name's Soraya. What up, Soraya? But she's very, very intuitive, and, you know, she's very curious at this age. And so, you know, she grasps on the things quickly. So she'll pop her head down in my studio every once in a while and see what's going on.
Does she ever want to, like, make music with you? Because I feel like that's the age where kids are, like, very musical.
Yeah, you know what, man? And I love that age because I love the innocence of the kids. And I feel like I'm unlearning.
How to be.
Yeah, unlearning, you know, they help me tap into my inner child. And I think that's what I mean as far as, you know, I think post me having a family, you know, it's definitely been a lot more helpful for my creative process. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. But y'all know where to find me, man. Most times, man, I'm chilling at home in my basement working on something.
So you recently, well, not just recently, but you just mentioned that, you know, you went from Plain Ro and now you go by Marsalis. So what kind of inspired that change? Like, what made you feel like you needed to, you know, kind of switch your identity?
Man, there's a lot attached to that name, Plain Ro, man. A lot of negative, a lot of bad things, a lot of bad, just, you know, times in my life. And I wanted a fresh start. I want to say up until, like, I completely gotten rid of the name, I still was just putting out a lot of melancholy type stuff. You know what I mean? And it's weird because it just grew to be this association with the name of Plain Ro. I didn't get, you know, feature recommendations or different things like that, you know, for anything happy for the most part. So I wanted a fresh start, and I wanted to, yeah, we're going to keep it 100. I wanted to rebrand myself, you know what I mean? I wanted to rebrand myself. I wanted to reinvent myself. I knew I had a lot more to offer. I know what I do as on the production side, you know, for a lot of different clients. So I think my you know, I guess my palette is a little more diverse than, you know, quite would let on. You know, if you know who I am, y'all know I listen to some of everything. But I think just staying in that box of Plain Ro, I kind of boxed myself in and could only put out one type of music. That's pretty much it, man. So, I mean, nothing special. And then, as far as the name Marsalis, man, if y'all ever seen an episode of Martin, man, it's my favorite episode. So, on Martin is a reoccurring character named Hustle, man. He's my favorite character on the show. And he's played by Tracy Morgan. And basically, yeah, I mean, he's exactly that. He's Hustle, man. And he's usually doing something really outlandish, trying to hustle something. But it's mad entertaining. So this particular episode, Martin is trying to get his homegirl, who can sing, in a room with this record exec that he knows. And Hustle, man, just comes busting in a room. They're in his office, in his record exec's office, and he comes busting in the room. And he's got on these glasses, and you know, he's generally like bummed out or whatever. And so he comes in, he's got the saxophone slung around his neck, and Martin is like, come, you know, let me pull you to the side, man. Let me pull you. Hey, Hustle, man, is that you? And Hustle, man was like, nah, Chief, you got me confused with the next man. No, I'm Hustle Marsalis. You know what I'm saying? Different fathers in them, you know. And that lie stuck with me forever, man. I still I still catch Martin every once in a while, man. I love that show so much. But that's pretty much it. Now, I later found out that Marsalis, that last name, it goes with a family that actually specializes in woodwind and brass instrumentation. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Whatever.
So it just worked out.
It wasn't just Martin.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Tracy Morgan with them double entendres on them jokes, man. That was great. But nonetheless, man, I have no regrets. Like I said, man, to me it's dope because if you know my initials, it's still R&M, so it works out.
Yeah, it
still works
it does. I'm just speaking of me, now I personally like playing role, man. I mean, I still like Role Marsalis. It's the same person. It just you've built so much. You've built a reputation and resume under playing role.
Man, absolutely.
Right.
And once again, I don't know. There's a freedom with starting over, man.
It is.
There's a real freedom with that, and it's what I know the mistakes I made when I was this person. I know certain places I wasn't allowed, or certain venues, different things didn't really rock with me. Under that name, really hitting the reset is like really hooked me up, and it's kind of fast tracking.
You said people didn't rock with you under your name, like
well, we all make mistakes, man. And I've definitely done my fair share of stupid things to kind of put me in a certain predicament. So I'm not saying I didn't deserve it.
I thought you were saying like they were rejecting you based off of your name. And I'm like, playing role's not a bad. Okay, gotcha.
Nah, man, that ain't it.
Gotcha.
It's playing role being stupid. So it's stupid role. So yeah, man,
stupid role. So you come back full fledged as playing as Role Marsalis. Because you was on a brief hiatus.
That wasn't even brief.
It really wasn't a brief. I just tried to.
You dropped leaves on us and said,
you
gone
blew away.
With the wind,
you
right?
Away.
You were gone with the leaves.
No, man. See now here's what's funny. So Leaves is 2 years old. In October 21st, it'll be 2 years old. So actually, what happened was last year, I was working heavy on a SAR stuff. We had just did growth and whatnot, and I was gearing up for Leaves 2. Okay. Which is, it's still in the works. It does exist, just so everybody know. And then I put out the first single, Gravity, part 1, and there's actually 3 parts to that. We're gonna get to that later. But I put out Gravity, and that's when I went ghost. So I went ghost like a whole year after Leaves. But it's so funny because I get that a lot because I was just, I don't know, I'm always out the way. You know what I mean? And I'm working on that now, but I got so used to just being out the way and stuff that it does feel like that. Like I just dropped off the planet for a minute. But, I was just working through some things, man. And, I'm grateful for that season because that's kind of what helped me come harder and, just go full-fledged, back into it, how I've been doing it.
What did you learn about yourself during your break?
Man, during my break, man, I think the biggest thing is, I have limitations. Like, I used to be at a mindset like, I can do anything I want to. And, I respect a lot of cats that still feel like that. More power to you. I'm not here to dissuade you of that. However, I would much rather be in a mindset I'm in, which is understanding what I cannot do.
Right. And
embracing and building upon those things that I can do. Because those are the things, those are the gifts, those are the talents that God has blessed me with, so why spend my life and time I can't get back focusing on different things I know I'm not good at, I'm not that great at, and trying to be a jack of all trades.
I remember having, conversations with you on the phone, checking in. We check in on each other often.
Yes, sir.
And you were just telling me, how like at that time you were dealing with a lot and you were just trying to remain focused on what you should focus on. Mm-hmm. And you've definitely gained focus, my brother, because you came back with a huge momentum shift.
It was a lot of prayer, a lot of support from my family. I'm a recluse, man. I like chilling in the cut. I ain't hard to find. It's just if you don't know me, I am. I come off like that, but I've never been one like, I don't rock with them, I don't rock with them, I don't rock with that. That's not how it is. It's just I'll be chilling, and I'm usually out to myself. But I want to say during the break is when I finally really took a look around and was just like, my family really rock with me. They really support me.
Thanks.
And, I think that's huge to have a good support system when you in this industry, man, because, it's mad cutthroat out here. It's mad cutthroat out here. And, you just got to remind yourself, like, the difference between the industry and the real world. Because it's two different things. It's two different things.
Two different. And I'm happy to hear you say that, because a lot of people need to understand and realize that. So we actually going to get into a quick music break. We're going to play one of my favorite joints from you, which is When You Left. This is Gravity.
Hey.
With Tiffany Hines. Break that down for us again.
Man, just to give a brief synopsis, man, Gravity is just talking about how, we all fail and we all fall again. And, don't live within a mindset of, hey, you know what, I just fell. Understand that mistakes happen in life. But as long as you keep getting up, that's what matters.
Hold on, pause. 'Cause I'm trying to plug this in for Jones, and I got questions. How did you consistently put out music for 3 months straight? Like, you literally was. I think it was 1 week you didn't put a song out.
No, that was the last one. It was the week between Volume 1 and Volume 2. So now we're in Volume 2 now.
How did you do that? How did you? First of all, why was you sitting on that much music?
I wasn't sitting on anything. If y'all,
tell the story. Yeah, I mean, I know the story. So break down the story, my brother.
If y'all want to be completely transparent, my wife isn't gonna like me saying this, but a lot of this, y'all, I'm like finishing up, or like I'm talking about still recording. There's been times where I didn't start until Wednesday morning.
And that's like me with Two Pretty Pennies. I feel you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, and I'm not proud of that, only because I feel like in Volume 2, I got a structure. I have a whole different way I'm doing it. But I'm not proud of that because I feel like I'm cheating the fans. I feel like I'm cheating the listeners because I'm not putting out a product to me that, I'm a perfectionist. I'm still trying to get over that, but I don't feel like I'm putting out something that's like completely 150% thorough. You feel like you work
better under pressure? Because, I mean, I was kind of like that in school. When the paper was due, I would write it the night before and get an A on it. So do you feel like you work better under pressure?
I live in pressure, man. Being a audio director, I dealt with pressure on a daily basis anytime. So I did live audio all the time. So that's instant pressure. That's if something goes wrong, everybody notices,
And it's good you're that way. A lot of people don't thrive off pressure.
Yeah.
I remember I'm on the phone with you, Ro. This is when I think you first dropped the first one or maybe the second. It was either week 1 or week 2. Mm-hmm. And you're like, all right, I'm finishing up the mix, bro. I'm finna send it over to you. I'm like,
it's 6:30.
You about to drop it like 30 minutes. What are you talking about? Like, no lie. This man got the track ready and everything. It was 30 minutes left for him to drop at 7.
So I do have. So what happens is, just me being a creative, I had to have a creative outlet. I'm trying to find the best way to put this. So I have a lot of tracks, a lot of beats. Some on reserve, some not. Some people sat too long, and I've put out several disclaimers. Anytime you get anything from me, you don't own this intellectual property unless we've discussed otherwise.
True.
So you sit on it too long, it's going back in the vault. And so a lot of the tracks and different things some of them were, some that I had. Majority of them weren't. But yeah, man. So I mean, it's been a lot of. I say the last 3 weeks, I was ready. I was locked and loaded.
Okay, so 3 out of 13.
Yeah.
3 out of 15.
I was gonna ask you, what was the most troublesome part? Like which week was the most struggle you've dealt with?
I can't call it, man. I really can't call. I mean, mostly because listen, man. Like I said, the times where I'm doing it the day of, I mean, it's high stress period. Well, I can't even call it high stress no more. I mean, after you do it so long, and I've been doing music 15 years, it's not necessarily like high stress, but at the same time, it's like, I can't miss a week. So, let me get in my bag, let me make it happen. And so, but there's a lot of times I have outside situations going on. I got the kids, or, I got to take care of something that's not at the house, or I got a session, or, you know what I mean? So there's always some other outside force that kind of helps make Wednesdays extra stressful for me.
So, I'm sorry, you caught my ear when you said you've been doing this for 15 years.
So that's the 10,000 hour rule right there.
Yeah, like exactly. What keeps you going?
Plus that.
Because some people would give up. Like, what keeps you going?
8 of those years, nobody want to hear my stuff, man. And because nobody taught me how to do anything. I think the closest thing to an OG I had was my former manager. He's still a really good friend of mine, Marcus Brooks. What up, Brooks? Really good guy. But, I mean, even then, he wasn't into music production. He was into artist development. So he was giving me game, but that's about all he could do for me. Mm-hmm. So as far as music production goes, nobody taught me anything. And so I was that kid that always had beats. And so I was like, I got my license when I was 15 before they changed the rule. I'm kind of old. So, and so
took it back.
So I was the chauffeur. So I come get everybody. And so the thing was, though, if I came and got you, I slip in some of my stuff. So I always threw on my beats.
Everybody, you was like a hood Uber, but
see, nobody. Better. I didn't expose myself. I just wanted to see what would happen if I turned my music off. And all throughout high school, gee, if you don't turn this. What is this? This old trash. Bro, turn this off, dog. What is this nonsense, man? All throughout high school. So I want to say it wasn't till, I got in the... I mean, even when I started college, man, it was like, I was all right. I wasn't hitting on nothing. But I want to say when I got to University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana...
Turn up.
That's really when things started clicking for me. And it was because I had a great group of people around me. You might have heard this before, having Nasara on here. When we all come from this alumni called Word. What's up, y'all? You feel me? And you know what? That gave me not just, a foundation, but it gave me, it was a group of like-minded people, and we all pushed each other in different ways. And because I had been doing it that long by myself, it gave me the courage and just really the wherewithal to just like, yo, I really do this. I really do this.
Do.
So, after that, man, that definitely made a huge difference. But no, I don't want people to get it twisted. I ain't saying I ain't been no genius or nothing raw like that for 15 years. That ain't it at all. So I think that's what keeps me going. I always keep this thought in my head. I haven't thought of my best music. When I look at those that I look up to, and I look at Timbaland, and Timbaland's still putting out fire. When I look at Dr. Dre, and I'm staying away from my thoughts on the project as a whole. But I mean, it was crispy though, the new Eminem project. But when he still executive produced that, and I mean, it's some quality stuff on there. The joint with Joyner, Andre Joyner. Wait, what's his name? Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas. He snapped.
The crazy thing was, it was never a face for Jonah for me.
Yeah,
listening to that. Yeah. But I want to ask you a question, like. With you producing, audio engineering, and being an artist, which one is more easier?
Producing, just because that's where I started, and way before I ever wanted to become an artist, I told myself I was going to be a music producer. I was like 10 or 11 years old, and my dad used to make me read liner notes. He had this huge music collection spanning all the way back to like the 60s of just all types of anything. And I was just like, who's responsible for making the music? He was like, that's called a music producer. And I said, that's what I want to be. And so ever since then, that had been something I always wanted to aspire to do. So, like, I can, and this is not me bragging, dog. Don't take it this way. But, like, I can make stuff in my sleep at this point. So it's really that easy. The beat side is easy, making the beat. But turning it into a production is not.
So you recently just took music full-time.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of made you, or what was that final step you were like, all right.
Man, listen, man, having the faith and walking down the steps God has placed before me. I don't think it's by happenstance, man, that, I haven't had the privilege to have somebody really train me up, to really show me the ropes, to really want me to intern or take me under their wing. Nobody ever wanted to do that with me. Nobody. I was always the black sheep, different things like that. And so I've always noticed that the only person I have to really give credit to is God for how far I've come, honest to God. And you know what? I was at a great job for a number of years, man. Like I said, I was an audio director, man. I had rose all the way up. I started out as a technical assistant, and I got all the way up to audio director. And I love that place. I still, sometimes I slide through different things like that, man. But I worked all the way up, and my ceiling was there. I definitely reached the ceiling. I definitely plateaued there. And I'm a very goal-driven person. Me being a visionary, I'm always thinking about that next step or the next couple steps ahead. And man, I constant praying and fasting and different things on it. God was telling me it's time to make that move. and just having enough faith to just go ahead and step out there. It has not been easy, y'all.
I'm already knowing.
It has not been easy. It's been a roller coaster. It's like, I have clients, and then I don't have anything. And I have clients, and then I don't have anything. And
but
so
you still push through.
It's a roller coaster, man. It's definitely a roller coaster.
With the way the industry is shaping now, producers don't really receive enough credit. Do you feel like within this new industry, producers have to become an artist in order to gain some type of notoriety or revenue?
No, man, I don't think so, man. I think the issue lies in the fact that there's just a lack of education.
Period.
And so I learned the hard way, like a lot of us have here in the game. And you get burned a couple times, or you miss opportunities because you didn't have OG in your ear to tell you, yo, make sure you're looking out for this, make sure you got this, and you got this and all different things like that. So I think if we properly set up some sort of education to educate these cats, man, it's a lot of dope talent out here. But to probably educate them, I think everybody get a bag and everybody be straight. There's room here for everybody.
Big facts.
If you look,
big facts.
There's room out here for everybody. So that's what I think is missing. But no, I don't think. Listen, honest to God, and Josie will tell you this. What up, Josie? What up, Asar? You still ugly?
Hey.
Josie will tell you this though. What up, Shy? What up, homie? But Josie will tell you this. I used to tell him all the time, bro. If I didn't have nothing to say, I'd stay a producer. I would stay a producer, honest to God. But God has put something in me for something. I have something to say. That's the only reason why I even crossed the artist threshold. But I can stay a producer for forever, man.
So, well, we're going to get into a quick music break. And introduce your joint Go Slow, man.
Man, this is Go Slow. This is week. I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm not even finna front act like I know the week off top. Yo, this is week whatever, man, with my homies Asar Bradley and my homie Stoneface, man. Y'all enjoy it.
Go slow. 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 Go slow.
Welcome back to iLLANOiZE Radio. This your boy Illinois Jones.
Finally joined us. First of all, y'all, let me tell you how Jones walked up in here before we get right back to
Tell
the
him how I
interview.
walked in.
Jones walked up in here late as the fudge, but he walked in with bitches and bottles.
I ain't walk in with no bitches.
He
He definitely walked in with bottles.
I wish, girl.
He had the bottles.
Look, I wish, man.
Hey, and he just poured me up real nice.
I don't know where you got these cups
look, you
from.
put
First
your
of all,
own trouble.
these definitely some coffee cups.
Shout out Papa Nicholas.
Hey, yo,
for the cups.
shout out to the Sicko gas station.
You bought that from the sicko? I was gonna say you got taxed, dog. What did you do?
I took those, but I paid for my cinnamon bun.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
They ain't had no ice, so ain't no point for me paying for them. I got no ice. He's like, no, we don't have no
Well, I
ice.
ain't paying for this.
These are coffee cups. All right, thank you. He looked at me like,
Sure.
this nigga just.
Now, that was Go Slow, Marsalis and Asar. And
Stoneface,
we have
Mr.
you
99.
we have you coming out to 100K presents,
Oh
man.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
For those listening, we are having a celebration on October 10th at Emporium. We are celebrating 100,000 monthly views. Yes. At Emporium again, 100K. You can come see the homie Marsalis.
Pop out.
Sasha Go Hard, Brittany Carter,
Hey, shout
Taco,
out to
Jonathan
that girl,
Stewart.
Brittany Carter.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, JFK,
It's gonna be
Jonathan
lit. And
Stewart,
like I
what
said-
up, fool?
Hey, y'all got a link too. I seen y'all been going back and forth on
We
Twitter.
actually go back further than you know. Josie's first project featured him, and I did all the production on it. So yeah, I've known of him for sure for a good minute. So,
Speaking of Josie, we got some in the works with Josie
Hey,
coming in
Y'all
November.
not even
Yeah.
ready.
Man, so I'm gonna just say I'm gonna throw the plug out
Throw
there.
it
now.
out there.
Yeah,
November 14th,
Uh.
iLLANOiZE presents Taco live at Sub T.
What's up, T?
And Josie will be one of the performers in that thing. So will
Yeah.
Fader, Joel Q,
Okay.
I done forgot the lineup, but just know we coming
It's
back
some
with more
heat.
info.
It's some heat. Okay.
It's crack.
Hey, I wasn't even supposed to promo that yet.
That was
You
exclusive.
just dropped it on there. We just found out when y'all found out.
Breach of a contract right now.
Exactly.
Now we all gonna get sued.
But I mean, yeah, Ro, let people know.
Wait, pause.
Hold on.
Go
Charlotte.
ahead.
So, Ro, okay, so you're dropping a project soon?
Yes, I is.
So what project are you dropping?
Man.
Or do you have multiple projects dropping?
I have multiple, but we gonna talk about this one particular one because it's the most important right now.
All right.
I got something. Me and the homie Gold Hayes, man.
Yo, can I
You know
spit some
what I'm
bars for that joint, son?
It's already done, so no, G, I'm sorry.
Hey, that was the nicest way to tell you no.
I know. Like, we got.
Me and Gold Hayes got something in the works, man. Can't wait to drop that on y'all. We'll be dropping a trailer. We'll be dropping a promo for it soon. He gonna tell y'all more about that. But yeah, man, some heat on the way.
And then you're also like releasing the collective Random Wednesdays, right? Where can
Yeah,
we find
we
that
are
at?
currently in volume 2 of Random Wednesdays, but volume 1 will be available on all streaming platforms effective October the 1st. So look for that. If you enjoy anything y'all heard today from me, you know what I mean, you can find all of that, like I said, October 1st on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Deezer. I actually have no idea what Deezer is. I just saw this an option for me to put stuff up there. But till then, for the young cats, y'all find me on SoundCloud. For the old heads, get your child's phone and find me on SoundCloud as well.
I thought he was about to say something. This man was slick.
Oh my goodness. I mean, well, with that being said, ain't nobody rocking with the crew like how you do. So introduce this joint right here, my brother. One of my favorite joints. I think this was week 2?
Yeah, this is week 2.
Let's see. Come on it.
This is week 2.
On it.
Hey, yo, this is Crew. It's just me on there. So yeah, this is Crew, man, live here on iLLANOiZE Radio.
They don't wanna see me with the crew. They don't wanna see me with the crew.